This beautiful girl is Joy. That morning, Joy and her fiancé, Mason, were about to go to work. Before parting ways, Joy gave him a special drink because it was Mason's birthday. Mason knew the taste wasn't great, but out of respect for his girlfriend, he forced himself to drink it. Meanwhile, a man named Jack was watching a basketball game with his co-workers when their boss suddenly showed up. Seeing their boss, they immediately returned to their tasks. Without further ado, Jack's boss, fed up with his behavior, announced that Jack was fired. Jack didn't accept it and challenged his boss to a one-on-one basketball match. If Jack won, his boss had to give him a second chance, but if he lost, he would quit the job. They went to a basketball court in town. Jack initially won the match, but in the end, his boss managed to turn things around and beat him, meaning Jack had to quit as promised. Before parting, his boss, who turned out to be Jack's father, told him that it was hard to fire him, but professionalism at work was crucial, and Jack lacked it. That night, after coming home from work, Joy and her friends prepared a surprise party for Mason's birthday. While chatting with her friend Tipper, Joy showed her a special gift she planned to give Mason: a vacation ticket to Las Vegas. Tipper was amazed and said Mason was lucky to have a lover like Joy. Joy then told everyone to hide. However, when Mason arrived, he suddenly wanted to break up with Joy without any clear reason, shocking her. Realizing the surprise was ruined, Joy's friends came out of hiding. To cheer Joy up, Tipper decided to take her to a bar. At the bar, Joy poured out her sadness and anger, but she didn't want to throw away the engagement ring Mason gave her because it was expensive. She decided to keep wearing it. Seeing Joy still buried in sadness, Tipper suggested they go to Las Vegas using the ticket Joy had bought for Mason. Joy agreed. Meanwhile, Jack told his friend Hader about his problem. Jack was stressed after being fired by his father and needed a vacation. Just like Tipper suggested to Joy, Hader suggested they go to Las Vegas to have some fun. The next day, Joy and Tipper, along with Jack and Hader, went to Las Vegas. At night, after enjoying Las Vegas, Joy and Tipper returned to their hotel to rest. At the same time, Jack and Hader also went to their hotel room. When Hader wanted to use the bathroom, he was surprised to find Tipper and Joy inside. After things calmed down, Joy complained to the receptionist about accidentally sharing a room with strangers and asked for another room. It turned out there was a mix-up. To apologize, the receptionist gave them the most luxurious room in the hotel, the penthouse. Seeing this, Jack also complained and was given the same treatment, with access to the hotel's VIP facilities. After the problem was solved, the four of them went around town in a limousine, one of the hotel's VIP facilities. While hanging out at a cafe, Jack confided to Joy that he was in Las Vegas because his father fired him and he needed to relieve stress. Joy smiled and shared her reason for being there: she had just been dumped by her fiancé. To cheer themselves up, they decided to have fun and forget their problems. The next morning, Joy woke up confused to find a ring on her finger and a message from Jack on the mirror, referring to her as his wife. Suddenly, she remembered last night's events. She and Jack had gotten married while drunk. Jack, on the other hand, told Hader about his marriage to Joy, not understanding how it happened since they had just met. In the middle of a chat, Joy and Tipper arrived. An awkward moment ensued. Joy went straight to the casino machine, and Jack followed, telling her that their marriage was a mistake and they should get an annulment. Emotions flared, and they argued, blaming each other. Joy, fed up with Jack's pride, gave him a penny to mock him. Before leaving, Jack decided to use the coin to bet on the casino machine. Suddenly, a loud noise came from the machine as Jack hit the jackpot, worth $3 million. Amidst the excitement, Joy returned to claim the jackpot, arguing that the coin was hers, while Jack insisted it was his luck that won the jackpot. Joy pointed out that since they were married, his money was also hers. Unable to agree, they decided to settle the matter in court the next day. At the trial, the judge was baffled by their reasons for divorce, finding their situation unreasonable. It was the first time the judge had seen a divorce case for a couple who had been married for just one day. The judge decided to confiscate the $3 million from them. He also instructed them to live as husband and wife for 6 months before making any final decisions. Additionally, they were required to attend counseling. If, before the 6-month probationary period ended, one of them gave up and asked for a divorce, the judge would automatically award the prize money to the other person for enduring until the end. Hearing the judge's decision, Joy reluctantly moved into Jack's apartment, and their life as a married couple began. On the first night, Joy insisted on sleeping in the bed, forcing Jack to sleep on the couch. When Joy checked the bed, she was nauseated by the smell of Jack's mattress. She ended up cleaning the bed all night and couldn't sleep at all. Day after day, they tried to annoy each other. Joy would spend an excessively long time grooming in the bathroom, while Jack urinated in the sink, took down the toilet lid and the bathroom door, among other antics. They did this in hopes that one of them would give up and ask for a divorce before 6 months. Despite their antics, they pretended to be intimate and romantic during counseling sessions. One day, while exercising with Tipper, Joy confided that her life was now a mess because of Jack. Tipper suggested Joy frame Jack to make him look like a bad husband, hoping to gain sympathy from the judge and counselor, which would help her win the trial and claim the money. Meanwhile, Jack received the same advice from Hader. The next day, their new plans began. Jack spiked Joy's drink with stimulants, hoping she would cause trouble at work and get fired. Unfortunately for Jack, the stimulants made Joy even more enthusiastic at work, energizing her colleagues and boss too. That night, 2 sexy women came to Jack's apartment, claiming their door was broken and they needed a place to stay until it was repaired. Jack, pleased with the situation, let them in and called Hader to boast. Hader quickly warned Jack that this might be Joy's plan to frame him for infidelity. Realizing this, Jack got an idea. He invited Hader and all his friends for a party in his apartment. When Joy came home, she was shocked to see so many people there. She and Jack argued in the bathroom, where Jack tried to provoke her by suggesting she still loved Mason and should reconcile with him, giving up the $3 million. Joy, annoyed, denied his words and insisted she would never get back with Mason. The competition between Jack and Joy continued. One day, Jack had a friend called Joy pretending to be the counselor's assistant, telling her that their session was rescheduled. Joy, happy to have the afternoon free, soon heard Jack leaving the house suspiciously. Sensing a trick, Joy called the counselor to confirm the actual schedule and discovered the session was never delayed. Realizing Jack's ploy, they both raced to the counselor's office and arrived on time. Some days later, Jack was surprised to find his parents having dinner and chatting with Joy in his apartment. Joy had invited them, quickly getting along with them. Outside, Joy revealed her motive: she wanted to win his parents' favor so they would support her during the trial. Jack, feeling cornered, begged Joy not to involve his parents and agreed to do anything she wanted. Out of pity, Joy relented, and they continued dinner. Joy familiarized herself with Jack's parents and even convinced his father to rehire Jack. The next day, while Joy was at work, Jack searched through her belongings, looking for a weakness. In the bathroom, he found a ring from Joy's ex-fiancée. That night, Jack went to meet Mason to return the ring he had given to Joy. Jack told him that Joy hadn't moved on from him and still loved him deeply. Jack also suggested that if Mason wanted to get back together with Joy, he should come to the park the next day to meet her. The next day, Jack organized a family gathering at the city park, and Joy invited Tipper. From a distance, Joy was captivated while watching Jack having fun playing with his niece. The annoying Jack she saw every day seemed to vanish, replaced by a man who was kind and loved children. Jack then invited his niece and Joy to go for a walk together. When Jack went to the restroom, Joy was shocked to find Mason there. Without hesitation, Mason confidently asked Joy to reconcile with him, but unexpectedly, Joy rejected him. She said that now she had found someone much better. From a distance, Jack, who overheard what Joy said to Mason, felt relieved. Days later, at home, Jack told Hader that he was invited to a party held by Joy's company. Hader suggested this was a good opportunity for Jack to trick Joy, but instead of being happy, Jack looked doubtful. Since the incident at the park between Joy and Mason, Jack feared that one day he would really lose Joy. Without realizing it, Jack started to develop feelings for Joy. Hader reminded Jack that their goal was the $3 million jackpot, so he needed to stay focused. Finally, Jack decided to proceed with the plan. That night, despite winning a lot of money, Jack was unhappy. After parting with Joy, he realized how valuable she was to him. He then saw a photo left behind, a picture of the lighthouse Joy had mentioned. The next day, at the office, Joy's boss announced her promotion, but instead of accepting, Joy gave the offer to a coworker, saying she wanted to resign. She explained that she had always been busy and constrained by work, sacrificing her own happiness. She couldn't even remember the last time she was happy. Even her boss couldn't persuade her to stay. Meanwhile, Jack confessed to his parents that his marriage to Joy had been a fake. His father advised that while the marriage might have been fake, the love Jack felt was real. Seeing his son's turmoil, he was sure Jack truly loved Joy. His father encouraged him to chase after her if he really loved her. Hearing his father's words, Jack immediately set out to find Joy, but no one, including Tipper, knew where she was. Suddenly, Jack remembered the lighthouse Joy had mentioned. Borrowing Hader's car, he drove to the lighthouse. At the beach, amidst the wind and the peaceful sound of the waves, Jack expressed his feelings. He acknowledged how annoying he had been and asked for a second chance to make things right. He promised to be a more reliable husband. Jack then knelt down and proposed. Touched by Jack's words, Joy agreed to give their relationship another chance.